Lose belly fat. Eat out smart. Many people feel anxious when they're invited to a restaurant, a wedding, or a buffet. They think, I'm trying to lose belly fat. I must avoid these places. The truth is, it is not about willpower. It is not about starving yourself or saying no to every social occasion. Belly fat is driven mainly by hormones, especially insulin, blood sugar, and stress hormones like cortisol. When you choose foods that keep these hormones stable, you protect your metabolism, even when you are eating out. So, you can enjoy meals with your family and friends. You can take part in weddings, celebrations, and social gatherings. And you can still make steady progress with your metabolic health and belly fat. Health should support your life, not isolate you from it. When you eat out, the most important first decision is protein. Start your meal with eggs, fish, chicken, meat, tofu, or paneer. Protein sends powerful satiety signals to the brain and gut. It reduces hunger hormones and slows how quickly glucose enters the blood. From a hormonal point of view, protein blunts the insulin spike that usually follows a high carbohydrate meal. This helps keep blood sugar stable and reduces the drive to overeat later. So, at a restaurant, wedding, or buffet, look for protein first. Take a good portion and eat it before starches or desserts. This still simple step alone makes a big difference to appetite control, insulin levels, and ultimately belly fat. After protein, the next important component is healthy fats. Choose natural fats such as olive oil, butter, ghee, avocado, and nuts. When ordering, prefer foods that are grilled, roasted, or cooked in these fats rather than deep fried in seed oils. From a metabolic point of view, fat slows the emptying of the stomach and the absorption of carbohydrates. This leads to a smaller and slower rise in blood sugar and insulin. By reducing these post meal glucose and insulin spikes, healthy fats help control hunger, reduce cravings late in the day, and support better hormonal balance. So, when eating out, don't fear fat. Choose the right fats in reasonable proportions and let them work with proteins to keep your metabolism steady. The next simple rule is vegetables before starch. Fill at least half your plate with cooked or raw vegetables, salad, or fermented vegetables before you think about rice, bread, potatoes, or desserts. Vegetables are rich in fiber and water. Fiber slows digestion, feeds the healthy gut bacteria, and forms a natural barrier in the intestine that reduces how quickly glucose enters the bloodstream. From a hormonal perspective, this means a smaller rise in blood sugar and a lower insulin response after the meal. So, by starting vegetables, you are not just adding vitamins, you are protecting your metabolism, calming insulin, and helping your gut work for you rather than against you. The next principle is to control the total carbohydrate load. Carbohydrates are not forbidden, but the amount, timing, and form matter greatly for insulin and belly fat. Keep the portions small, and if you choose to have carbohydrates, eat them last, after protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. This sequence slows glucose absorption and reduces the insulin surge. Avoid liquid carbohydrates such as fruit juices, soft drinks, and sweetened tea. These enter the bloodstream very quickly and cause a sharp rise in blood sugar and insulin. Alcohol also matters. Beer, sweet wines behave like liquid sugar and strongly stimulate insulin and fat storage. If you drink, limit it to 1 to 2 small glasses of dry red or dry white wine or champagne, and hence have it with the meal, not after. Finally, avoid drinking alcohol or coffee after the meal, as both can raise stress hormones and disturb post-meal glucose control. The goal is not deprivation, but keep hormonal calm, keeping glucose, insulin, and cortisol stable so that fat loss can continue even when you are eating socially. One of the biggest traps when eating out is hidden sugar. Sugar is often added to sauces and dressings. Even in foods, they don't taste very sweet. Examples include ketchup, sweet chili sauce, teriyaki, honey-based dressings, glazes, and many commercial marinades. These sugars cause rapid spikes in blood glucose and insulin, which directly promote fat storage, especially around the abdomen. A simple strategy is to ask for plain, unsweetened options like olive oil, lemon juice, vinegar, or yogurt-based sauces. These give flavor without the hormonal disturbance. And an important point for people who worry about salt. Salt does not cause belly fat. Sugar and repeated insulin spikes do. So when choosing between a salty sauce and a sweet sauce, from a metabolic point of view, the sweet one is far more harmful. The goal is to protect your insulin response, not to fear natural seasoning. One of the most powerful and often forgotten tools for fat loss is speed at which we eat. Your brain does not know immediately that your stomach is filling. Hormones such as leptin, GLP-1, and peptide, YY, take about 10 to 20 minutes to rise and signal fullness. If you eat quickly, it is very easy to overshoot and eat far more than your body actually needs, even if the food is healthy. One of the simplest and most powerful habits after eating is to walk. A gentle walk for 10 to 15 minutes after a meal can reduce the rise in blood sugar and insulin by as much as 20 to 30%. This works because your muscles contract. They pull glucose out of the bloodstream and use it for energy. This process does not require much insulin. In other words, walking acts like a natural glucose-lowering medication. It clears sugar from the blood, reduces the insulin's response, and therefore reduces the signal for fat storage. Especially around the abdomen, this does not need to be fast or strenuous. A relaxed walk after dinner with your family or around the hotel corridor after a restaurant meal is enough. It is one of the most effective, free, and safe ways to protect metabolic health after eating. To conclude, I want to leave you with a reassuring message. This journey is not about willpower. It's about understanding your hormones, insulin, blood sugar, and stress hormones, and learning how to keep them stable. You should not fear being invited to a restaurant, a wedding, or a family gathering. You should not feel that enjoying a meal with loved ones will undo all your efforts. When you understand food choices, portions, order of eating, and simple habits like walking after meals, your metabolism remains protected. You can enjoy social life, you can enjoy good food, and you can still steadily reduce belly fat and improve your metabolic health. Health should make life richer, not smaller. Thank you for watching.